What's happening? It's Larry Loudpack bringing you the latest in cannabis news and culture. In here with my man Malik, the manager.
You bitch you.
And this is Fuego News. Let's get it. A young woman in Alabama who police believed was pregnant was arrested after having possession of marijuana and was kept in custody because cops believed she was an endangerment to her unborn child. This is a common practice in Alabama and has happened in similar ways over 17,000 times in the state, 150 of them in Etowah County alone, which is the county where she was arrested. Just recently, another pregnant woman was jailed for months after allegedly smoking weed and reported being forced to sleep on the floor due to overcrowding. The big difference in this case is the woman turned out to not actually be pregnant and was never even given a pregnancy test while being held in jail. The woman's young son allegedly told police she was pregnant, and the cops took the child's word for it and used it as reason to charge her with chemical endangerment of a child. Alabama was the first of 4 states to enshrine fetal personhood into the state constitution. The woman is now suing Etowah County and the sheriff investigator Brandy Fuller, claiming that Fuller has made an obscene amount of arrests of pregnant women and clearly has a vendetta towards these kind of cases. Fuller's name was on nearly all of the 150 related warrants in the county.
God damn.
Yo.
So a baby went up to him and was like, hey, my mom is pregnant, by the way. And they took the word for it?
They took a toddler's word. I think the kid was like maybe 5. It was like a small child.
I wonder why he said his mom was pregnant, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she thought she was at one point and she said that. But, you know, kids just say shit.
Kids do just say shit.
And what's the wildest part is they didn't test her. Because she's telling them the whole time, yo, I'm not pregnant.
Where's the humanity at, bro? But that's Alabama though.
They're on that.
That's the state that makes decisions for women.
What's crazy too is so the law that they use, which is chemical endangerment of a child, was originally made for like parents that would have a meth lab in their house. Lawyers figured out how to use that same law to protect fetuses, basically, because they use the wording, like loopholes in the wording, and ever since then they've been on it with that. Bruh, 1,700?
God damn.
She gets brought into jail. She's bleeding. They wouldn't give her pads. They didn't test her. So they didn't even check to see if she had a miscarriage. They didn't even check to see if she was actually pregnant in the first place.
Like, they didn't give no fucks neither.
No type of care.
They were just trying to press her with some kind of charge, and that's bullshit, bro. That's crazy.
It's straight hypocrisy because they're telling us that they're trying to protect the fetus by keeping them in custody. But then they put them in horrible conditions and don't actually take care of them medically.
Protect the women, man. Protect the women.
Free these women.
Yeah, for
That's
real,
just crazy. A new bill for expanding medical marijuana research has been sent to Biden, marking the first ever standalone cannabis-related bill approved by both chambers of Congress. The bill will make it easier for scientists to conduct medical marijuana research and protect doctors who discuss the benefits of using it with patients. This is necessary because the current classification under Schedule 1 means that cannabis is viewed as having no medical benefit, so doing research requires approval from multiple agencies to conduct studies, which can sometimes take years. Until recently, researchers could only acquire cannabis from the University of Mississippi, who had the only federal contract to grow weed for scientific purposes, and who were also notorious for growing mids.
Also notorious for growing mids. You put that in the caption for sure. Mississippi growing weed for the government is wild.
Of all states.
Of like literally, like states. Who decided to go to Mississippi and make their weed the case study?
That's why. I mean, apparently the feds. I also think it might have something to do with Mississippi being the poorest state in the country. It might just be cheaper, you know what I'm saying, to do a lot of things.
I don't even want to make a speculation. We gonna see.
What?
Mississippi is also 58% white.
Let's go. White power. and shout out Trump 2024. Because we definitely getting that dub. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I don't condone it.
That being the first ever bill that Congress approved on.
Both chambers
of Congress approved on. That's a good sign.
Also by unanimous consent.
By unanimous consent, but at the same time, Republicans and just conservatives in general have been asking for more research regarding cannabis before they actually do approval. That was Joe Pinion's point. Shouldn't we do more research on this?
Yeah. You want to know what's funny?
What's up?
The person that was holding up that bill to begin with Guess
Texas.
where?
They were holding it up in Texas, I know. And I think he's been holding it up for 2 months in Texas. That was the last congressman that needed to approve it. So if that guy pushed the red button, it would have been over with. And that's all that goes to show that's all it takes. That's why there's never been a bill passed by both chambers of Congress.
It's crazy how one person can, but then I think it really comes down to the impact that your state holds too. Texas is that state.
Population outweighs landmass.
And shout out to the Department of Health and Human Services for starting this research to take it really off of the schedule, really just trying to reclassify or declassify marijuana from the CSA.
2 dispensaries were robbed in New York this week, a trend that's been showing an uptick in frequency over the past month. Both shops were in the Brooklyn area, and both robberies took place after dark while the shops were still open. The shop owner was pistol whipped at one location, and a man was seen carrying an entire safe out of the building at the other. New York also reports over 300,000 pounds of dried and trimmed cannabis that's awaiting retail license approval, and they're trying to figure out how to store it without degradation. But with retail value of the backstock being upwards of $750 million and an increase in weed-related robberies, keeping the weed green might become the least of their concerns.
Yo. All right. Okay.
Let me show you these videos. Okay.
Okay. Let's see these videos. Hey, look, he got it on the shoulders.
Hold up.
He got it on his shoulders though. Oh, they hit the. Oh.
Messy.
You gotta be cleaner than that, buddy.
Yo, messy.
But man's holding the safe on his shoulder though. He could barely keep it there. Look at him.
Hey, son's ready for this. He's built for this. Yo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He got a safe on top of his head though.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta be cleaner if y'all gonna be robbing these dudes like that too. Like that's not okay.
Hey man, y'all gotta do better.
Do better. And then look, they saying in Queens, 2 Astoria smoke shops were robbed at gunpoint within hours of each other on the 21st.
That was just the other day.
The first one was at 2 p.m.
Oh, broad day?
2 p.m.
Damn.
He took out a gun, pushed the victim to the ground. I'm going to tell you how much he took back, though. Guess.
Yeah, he get out of what'd he get, like a few hundred?
$200.
Broad day. Robbed the place at gunpoint.
You robbing smoke shops in broad day for $200?
That's bold.
And then they say $2,500 in merchandise, which is definitely speculative.
Yeah, sometimes it's more accurate than others. Like the way they got to that 750 million number is just by doing 2,500 a pound times all those pounds. And if you bust shit down into eighths, they're probably getting more than 2,500 a pound.
Way more than that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's accurate math. But
yeah, true.
That, I don't know.
Exactly. The second one was at 9 p.m.
Word, same day.
Same day. Nirvana Vape and Cigar on the corner of Broadway and 21st. And they didn't even know how much he took, apparently. An unspecified amount of cash, authorities said.
Okay. So they allegedly had a bag in there and they don't want to talk about it.
Told police that a suspect had taken out a gun, demanded money, and made off with an unspecified amount of cash.
They knew how much cash that was. They didn't want to tell 12.
They didn't want to say nothing.
They know that's going to be made public info.
Hey, y'all be safe out there.
Also, the storage thing is a real issue.
People don't know really how to store cannabis.
They had one official, literally, the quote was, how do we keep the weed green? If you cure it right, it could be better by the time it hits market.
I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
They're asking for help. So meaning they don't know how to cure their shit.
300,000 pounds isn't all in one place. This is spread out between all the different cultivators throughout the state. Each person has their own kind of probably system for how they're going to store and cure shit.
Okay.
I'm sure there are people out there who are curing their stuff properly, and this extra couple months is going to give them the chance to hit the market with a nicely cured product. Feds targeted an armored vehicle transporting medical cannabis profits in Kansas, seizing over $165,000 of cash that is legal on the state level, but not federally. The vehicle was carrying their cash from their retail facility in Kansas City, Missouri, to a credit union in Colorado, when the deputy sheriff of Dickinson County, Kansas, pulled it over for an alleged traffic violation. The cops proceeded to seize the armored vehicle belonging to the logistics company hired for transport, along with the $165,620 belonging to the cannabis company. MP Real, the logistics company, strongly contested the seizure, filing a suit claiming law enforcement acted illegally and purposefully targeted the truck knowing it would be profitable for them. Prosecutors first stated the seizure was justified on grounds that the cash was traceable to sales that violated the Federal Controlled Substance Act. But just a few days ago, they dropped the charges abruptly, giving no reason in their brief statement to why they dropped the case. The court will return $1.1 million back to MP Real Logistics, which includes cash from multiple trucks that were seized in a similar manner in California back in 2021.
God damn.
Man, they said, hold up, like y'all ain't gonna get us again.
This occurred where?
They were pulled over in Kansas,
Okay.
the state of Kansas. Kansas is right in between Missouri and Colorado. So they were taking it from Kansas City, Missouri, which is right on the border of Kansas and Missouri, but it's technically in Missouri. Taking it, I believe, to Denver, Colorado. So they had to travel the entire width of Kansas on Interstate 70. But medical is not legal in Kansas. They are surrounded by medical states, and they know that there's a lot of money to be had. In civil forfeitures. Civil forfeitures, they can get way more stuff from you than a federal forfeiture.
Define forfeiture.
Basically a seizure, where they're just like they steal your shit.
Okay. So now let's talk about them actually getting the bag and then dropping the lawsuit.
Yo, prosecutors dropped the lawsuit. It wasn't even the judge that said we need to drop this. Prosecutors realized, I don't think we got a case.
No, y'all don't, because y'all see exactly what's going on in the culture today. Wow.
They dropped that case because it's just not worth it for them.
It's not. No, it doesn't make sense.
You know, the other thing is that the feds and the state share profits when they do these seizures. So they literally pay out percentages of these seizures to basically all the people involved. The sheriff deputy arrests you in Dickinson County. He then turns over the cash to the DEA, who's the feds. And now it's in federal hands. Now you're getting federally charged because it's been turned over to the DEA.
The feds, yeah.
And now the feds have an easier time confiscating your stuff than the state does. So the state knows that the feds are more likely to be able to keep your cash, and then the feds will pay them out their little chunk. So the state's like, all right, we'll just keep turning shit over to y'all rather than us trying to take this to court at the state level, knowing we don't have as much of a chance.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then I like MP Real was like, all right, so look, y'all give us this 1.1. We don't give a fuck about that shit in Kansas.
Hey, we'll drop that. New York's gray market for cannabis might be coming to an end after the first arrests were made involving two of the many illegal dispensaries operating in Brooklyn and Manhattan. The operators of Big Chief, which was one of the more outspoken weed shops of the bunch, were the first arrested in what will most likely be a large-scale crackdown in Brooklyn and potentially other boroughs. Just weeks before the raid, a U.S. rep held a press conference outside of a school that was in close vicinity to Big Chief's location. She questioned whether a weed shop should be so close to a school and said she had received calls from concerned parents. A city council member and a senator also wrote letters to the NYPD commissioner in October requesting the crackdowns. They were tired of that shit.
Free the motherfucking guys from Big Chief for real, because y'all out here leading the way.
Hey, free the fucking guys.
Free the guys, bro. But we do have to keep in mind, though, it is not correct for these shops to be as close to schools as they are.
The school thing is wild, and that's understandable. They were IDing people and, doing things like that, but there's rules for a reason in a lot of these places.
And this is what they're trying to say. With respect to the past promises from the mayor and the OCM of no handcuffs for the gray market, it's possible the two individuals were arrested and charged for illegal tobacco products, not cannabis.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So that could be how they might steer it.
And a lot of these places, they were already smoke shops that just started buying weed and selling weed.
I know you definitely can't do that in New York.
We were just covering Big Chief just a couple weeks ago, and they was out on Front Street
saying, hey, the cops don't do nothing.
We're going to follow up with Big Chief's owners and see what happens with these guys, because we need to see if they were charged or what they were charged with. I have a video of the seizure here.
That's the owner?
Yep. One of the operators. I think he's the co-owner, because there was a black dude who was speaking before who I think is the other co-owner. Oh, hold up. Yo, watch this. Watch this. Why'd the nigga get in with them? He got in the back seat with him. Yo. Watch how disrespectful they get with these packs. They had the Jungle Boys, the Alien Labs, all that.
Oh my
but watch how disrespectful they get with these packs. Oh, disrespect. Oh, we gotta put the sonic rings above the boxes as they fall.
She look like she finna take that pack back to the home.
Oh, right. She looked like she was finna go smoke on that.
What?
She was walking out way too casual.
She cooked good.